Hello, this is Malakosa, and you're watching episode 14 of The Manufactory. As you can see, we're just over here in a corner watching our quarry dig out this big, massive hole. You can also notice that the water has completely engulfed the hole. This prevents mobs from spawning and just allows the quarry to just do its thing. Now, it's dug pretty deep, but it's still got a ways to go, probably another I'd estimate anywhere between 8 and 12 levels to go. Let's go check out its inventory. I did steal the second diamond chest from upstairs and just hooked it up like so. So this diamond chest here is cut off. And as you can see, it pretty much almost filled up with stuff. And this one is continuing to collect more items. It's just great. In fact, we're now hitting diamonds, so that's awesome. Got another 5 diamonds. The other thing I did off camera was I used a couple of scoops to collect all the bees I've found in the overworld. So you'll notice if you go into your waypoints, there's no more bee waypoints because all the bees have been collected. And a way to do that is by using what's called a scoop, which is right here. There's 2 versions of this. There's just the regular scoop, and there's also a Thaumium scoop, which you can research through Thaumcraft. We haven't started that, so we're just using regular scoops. The recipe is as follows. When you use it on a beehive, you'll typically get a princess and a drone and maybe some bee combs. I haven't got any combs yet, which is kind of annoying. But most of the bees we've found are rocky bees because we've been dealing mostly with rocky environments. I did collect the one beehive up here by our trees, and I also found one out in the sea, which was really interesting. The one in the sea gave us a water drone and water princess, and the one over by our trees gave us just a meadows princess. So as you can see, we've got quite a number of bees. But right now what I'm more interested in doing is finding ourselves a logic matrix programmer, which is only found in dungeons. Now we've got a couple of dungeons marked already on our overworld. There's also a couple that we found in our jungle mining age. And one of the things I would like to do is get some soul shards. If we're going to hunt for dungeons, we're going to inevitably counter a fair number of mobs, and it would be nice if as we were killing those mobs, if we were collecting their souls. So why don't I be right back with the items and machines we're going to need to make that happen. Okay, so I'm back, and I must admit I've been getting a little annoyed with our animal sounds and having eggs fly at me from all directions because we have magnet mode turned off. So right now I'm going to turn magnet mode on, and we're going to cull some of these animals. Oh, you poor things. Alright, there we go. Poor things. I want to kill one of you. Alright, here we go. Actually, I'm going to turn magnet mode back on. And one of the things we're going to do, turn it back off, is we're going to, obviously eggs get laid by chickens and their items, and they sit on the ground, and without magnet mode they won't come to me, and they will get wasted. So we need some way to automatically collect eggs and put them in a chest. Now for that purpose we're going to use what are known as obsidian pipes. I'm actually going to just put the chest right here, and we're going to get some gold and obsidian pipes. As you know, gold pipes, this is the recipe, just some gold surrounding some glass, and obsidian pipes are the same, obsidian surrounding glass. Obsidian pipes will suck up items from the ground or basically anywhere near. So what we're going to do is we're going to just place 4 obsidian pipes right over the chickens, like so. Pretty simple. Now, we're going to connect these up, but we need to do a combination of gold pipes and iron pipes. The reason we need iron pipes is because we're going to be creating a loop here, which you'll see in a minute, like so. And we need to be able to tell the iron pipes which way the item needs to go. Now, in this case, we'll need our wrench, which is in my tool bag. Get our wrench. Basically, the way iron pipes work is that the connection that is clear is the way the item is going to go. So we want that guy to go that way. We want this guy to go that way. And we'll want this guy to go... Yeah, that way's good enough. So if we can get up here somehow, we'll use some dirt to get up here and get a better look at this. So basically, this prevents the items from going in a loop. They will always exit into this gold pipe, and from there they have no choice but to go this direction down into the chest. So let's just test this. I happen to have some eggs on me. Doesn't matter really what item you throw in there. I will make sure that magnet mode is currently off. Otherwise they may come flying back at me. And if we put some eggs down, of course we have to actually put them down past the fence. And you'll see here they got collected into the obsidian pipe and then entered our pipe system. And oh yes, well, that's a mistake. Looks like we need an iron pipe there as well, which makes sense. So we'll get an iron pipe there as well. This is why we test. Testing is always good. And we'll configure it to go that way. So now if we throw some items in, let's try it with some dirt here. Yep, sure enough, there they go, and into our chest. So that should help us collect up all of our eggs that these chickens are producing. And let me just turn magnet mode back on so I can get that pipe. Go in the chest now, put the dirt in. Okay, so for now, that will collect our eggs for us. So let's go back to our main goal, which was getting some soul shards. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And one of the first things we need is corrupted essence. To make this, you basically need some glowstone dust and some vile dust. Vile dust can be made by simply just smelting soul sand. So we've gotten some soul sand previously from the Nether. So I just smelted up a stack of that, and that was fine. Combined it with our glowstone dust and got ourselves some corrupted essence. Now, the next thing you'll need to do is make a soul forge. In this case, I'm just going to make 2 of them, and you can see the recipe here. It's just stone, obsidian, and some of that corrupted essence. So let's make 2 of those. The reason we're making 2 is just because they're a little slow. What we need them for, I'm not sure where I'm going to place these. Let's place these over, oh, I don't know. Yeah, over by our other furnaces. Why not? So we'll place these, I don't know where, right here. Okay. So the only real recipe I believe in here is to make soul shards. I believe there might be more recipes for the soul forge, but definitely this is how you make your empty soul shards. To do that, you need a diamond and 8 corrupted essence, and that will make 3 of them. So in this case, I'm just going to make 12 of them. So we'll get those started off, and we'll be right back when they're done. It does take a little bit of time. I want to say probably at least a couple of minutes, if not longer, to process each one. And it does take 8 corrupted essence. So I want to say 8. Yeah, 8 corrupted essence. So it actually has to go through 8 of these burn cycles do one single diamond. So this is going to take a while. So like I say, I'll be right back once these are finished. Now the next thing you're going to want to get yourself is some of this corrupted ingots. Now, remember how I said I thought there were more recipes for the Soul Forge? Well, yes, there is. If you press U on the corrupted essence, you'll see all of the recipes for the Soul Forge. So you can make netherrack, nether brick. You can also make corrupted ingots, the soul shards, of course, as well as corrupted fragments. The corrupted ingots are used to make what's known as a vile sword. Now, vile swords are really useful, but one of the main things is they can be enchanted in a way that will allow you to collect more souls per kill, and that's really important. I can't remember the name of the enchant, and I will have to get back to you guys on that. But basically, definitely when hunting souls, get a vile sword and try and enchant it to level 30 and see if you can't get that enchant. Now, the enchant is actually named Soul Stealing. Soul Stealing. Boy, that was hard to say. And that's the enchant you want to get on your vile sword. If you got Soul Stealing level 4, you would actually get 5 kills towards your soul shard, or 5 souls towards your soul shard for every kill you got. Soul shards, to get the highest level of soul shard, which is tier 5, you'll need 1,024 kills, so you definitely wouldn't want to do that one at a time. Now, soul shards can be used to steal the souls out of a spawner that occurs naturally, and I believe that will give you 128 or maybe 256 souls. I'm not sure. I think it's 128. Either way, it's a lot. So definitely you want to use these guys on the spawners you find as well, which is one of the reasons we're getting them, since we're hunting dungeons. One of the best places to hunt dungeons is in a cavern world in Mystcraft, specifically because cavern worlds will generate a layer, a completely flat layer at layer 128. So if you dig all the way up to the top and go to that flat layer, it's very easy to find dungeons. We don't have access to the cavern page for Mystcraft, so instead what we're going to do is we're going to go to our jungle mining age, and we're going to search around there for dungeons on the surface, and hopefully we'll find some. Okay, it looks like our soul forges are finished processing their materials, and sure enough, there's our soul shards, all 12 of them. And we got a bunch of corrupted ingots. I've already used them to create a sword, which I enchanted. Unfortunately, I only got sharpness 1 because I only had 6 levels of enchanting to use. So, too bad. We'll have to just deal with that as we go. So, soul shards. Basically what you want to do is you want to put 1, or in this case I'll do 2 of them, into your toolbar, and then go and find some mobs to kill. So let's go do this. Mainly what I'm looking for is zombies and skeletons, because naturally generating spawners are mainly zombies and skeletons. So let's go find us a zombie and a skeleton. I'm sure we'll be able to do that. Am I at the low? I'm not where I want to be. I want to be down deep, deep, deep in the lowest levels. And I'm wondering, oh, and it looks like, no, our quarry is still going. So that's good. Let's go all the way down. And as you can see, the water's making quite a mess now. We'll clean that up once the quarry is finished. This is the place I want to go down. I do know down here are quite a number of mobs. I can guarantee it. Now do note, you want to, because my soul shards are empty, I want to kill different mobs. If I kill the same mob twice, it's going to register twice. So this place is actually really dangerous. There's way too much lava down here, but let's find somewhere dark and scary. Mobs, where are you? Okay, let me be right back and I'll find some mobs. Okay, here's a zombie. That's good news. Let's get him and see what happens. Okay, just killed a zombie. As you can see, we now have a zombie shard with 1 kill in it, and it's tier 0. It's going to take a lot more than 1 zombie to make that shard interesting. The reason we're getting shards is eventually we'll be able to use them to make our own spawners, which will be very cool. The main goal right now, though, is to find some dungeons. So why don't I start doing that, and we'll head over to the Jungle Mining Age and we'll find some dungeons. I'm not going to bother recording the entire searching. I'll just record when I find the actual dungeons. So be right back and we'll do a little montage here of a whole bunch of dungeons. Okay, we're back, and here's that spider dungeon we found in the Jungle Mining Age. I figured I'd come back to this spider one and the skeleton one just to knock them out and collect them. Now, in this case, what we need to do is, because we don't have a spider shard, we need to just put an empty shard in our toolbar, and we need to darken this place up and get the spider spawning. And now it's a spider shard, and now what we can do is we can actually use the spider shard and click on the spawner, and the spawner will disappear and get destroyed, and we got 200 souls from that spawner. So really we only need 5 of each type of spawner to make a full soul shard. So that's probably the best thing to do. So let's clear this waypoint and keep going. Okay, here's that skeleton spawner. Now note, you cannot click on a spawner with an empty soul shard. So it has to be the same type of soul shard. We have a skeleton soul shard because we were able to find a skeleton and kill it. And now it's dead. Interesting bug with the torches. And let's continue. Okay, so I just realized as I was looking for dungeons, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this structure, which is a Mystcraft abandoned library. Let's go see what's inside. Ho ho ho, a whole bunch of bookcases and some cobweb, kind of scary. But more importantly, this is where you can often find Mystcraft pages, and in this case we found our first page, Scorched Surface. Oh, I bet you that would be fun to play with. Now the other thing to note is these structures do hide chests as well, and oftentimes they're in the corner, and sure enough there's one right there. So let's see what's in here. Oh, a whole bunch of pages. Frozen Ocean, Tendrils. Ooh, Tendrils, very cool. Mountainous Desert, Snow Forest, Dark Lightning, Highlands, and huge biomes. So we will grab all of that, and in fact, I am now running out of room. Let's see if we have any more chests in here. Normally, they'll be in the corners, and I think we probably found our only one. So one of the good things to do with these abandoned libraries is to collect all the bookcases, because frankly, books are kind of hard to make now. You need leather to make them. So let me just harvest all of that and we'll continue our search for dungeons. Okay, we're back in the overworld, and as you can see, things have changed. So first things first, one of the things I've done is I've put some armor stands up in my base. They're really nice for just storing armor and being able to switch in and out. They're made very simply. They're from Bibliocraft, and they are made thusly, just using some stone slabs and iron ingots, and stone slabs are made just like that. So pretty easy to make. They have a nice interface, just allows you to really quickly, easily switch armors back and forth between the stand and yourself. The other thing is, I've made a new set of armor. This is the set I was referring to a couple episodes ago with regards to dealing with hazardous materials. It basically consists of rubber boots made thusly with some rubber and some wool, a hazmat suit leggings made with some rubber and some orange dye, the chest, which is again rubber and some orange dye, and the most important thing, the helmet, which is the only thing we're going to be using right now, which is rubber, some orange dye, a piece of glass, and some iron bars, which are made like this. So we're going to grab our helmet here. And one of the nice things with the helmet is if you put some compressed air cells on your toolbar and equip the helmet. Now, compressed air is made just using some empty cells in a compressor. The empty cells are just made from tin. So if we put our helmet on and we go underwater, you'll notice that now we can breathe underwater, which will be really handy, because what I realized is that Twilight Forest is actually the best place to find dungeons, and actually what we're looking for is chests, not dungeons. And one of the things that's in Twilight Forests are wells, and they typically have a chest at the bottom. And as you can see there, it's using up my compressed air cells and allowing me to continuously breathe underwater. Now it will use them up over time, so we have to make sure we bring a good supply. But this will let us go down to the bottom of those wells in Twilight Forest and grab those chests without drowning. So let's go into the Twilight Forest and find some of those wells. Okay, here's a well I previously found. Let's go down and see what we can find. Usually what I like to do at this point is just dig in and get a torch going so I can see what I'm doing. And usually around here, there is a chest. But I don't see one, probably because it's covered by all of these roots. So we'll just get our axe out here and clear out these roots and see what we can find. Well, it looks like we struck out with this well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find and search some other wells and see if we can't find any chests. And then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we're back in the overworld. Unfortunately, I kind of struck out with exploring for dungeons in the Twilight Forest. I do know there are quite a large number of dungeons, and we'll probably explore more of them next episode, but I need better armor to do that. Iron armor is just not going to cut it in the Twilight Forest when going into the bigger dungeons. So that'll probably have to wait until next episode. However, I was able to pick up some silver wood, some great wood logs. I did find some thaumium ingots in one of the chests, which will be useful when we get into Thaumcraft. And a couple of great wood saplings, and most importantly, 3 silverwood saplings. So we'll definitely plant those. Silverwood trees generate Thaumcraft nodes, which you can use for energy. So they're definitely magical, highly magical in nature, so that'll be really good. We got our scuba helmet. The other thing is we were able to find a spider spawner that you saw, a skeleton spawner, and that one of the greatwood trees had a cave spider spawner underneath it, so I was able to get that. And as well, while I was in Twilight Forest, I was able to capture a wolf. So let's release the wolf here, and he can become my friend. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Will you be my friend? Do you have a collar on you? No. How do I make you my friend? So it's funny, for all my expertise at various mods, I'm just not very good with vanilla mechanics. Turns out, you tame a wolf by clicking on him with a piece of bone. Of course, dogs love bones. That makes perfect sense. So now he can sit and follow me. Come on, Mr. Wolf, you gonna follow me? Or he can just sit still. Sit right there. Yes, that's a good dog. All right. So let's check on our quarry. Okay, it looks like, yes, our redstone energy cells are all completely full, which is a good sign that we're probably wasting energy and that our quarry. Actually, we're not wasting energy because this one's still filling up, so that's good. But let's check on our quarry to make sure that it is indeed finished. Now there's two ways to do that. If the quarry finishes while you are playing, you'll see the arms move and lock. Now I've since reloaded the game a couple times, probably since it's finished. So in actuality, there is no arms right now, and so that's why you don't see any. There's no items flowing, and so the power is on, and that is a good sign that the quarry is finished. So let's look at our items and see what we got. Wow. We've got quite a large number of ore and quite a large amount of zirconium and coal. This chest, which I just sorted just a while ago, wow, we have 26 diamonds, so that'll be great, and a large amount of nickellite and redstone. That'll work well with Red Power 2. We're going to need a lot of nickellite and redstone for Red Power 2. So let's go upstairs and turn the power off. And I think it's probably about time to go. This episode we managed to get some soul shards for ourselves and our first vile sword. We also automated the collection of eggs with a temporary solution for now. We explored some more of the Twilight Forest, but I was unable to find a logic matrix programmer. I may have to do more exploring between episodes because we really need to get sorting all of these items from our quarry, and without a logic matrix programmer, it's just not... I don't want to use Red Power 2 sorting or IC2 Industrial Craft 2 sorting. I really want to use the routing machines because they're really cool. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode and learned something new. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments or suggestions you have. This has been episode 14 of The Manufactory with Malacosa, and I'm signing out.